Hi, and welcome to my video on vegan banana bread. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to get your dry ingredients together and your wet ingredients together separately, and you're going to fold your dry ingredients into the wet ingredients and add any optional things like walnuts or raisins or dried fruit. So this is the plan. I've put some of the things together for timing purposes to make it easier. So for example, we'll start with our flour. Now this is a half a cup of white flour, a teaspoon and a half of baking powder, a quarter teaspoon of baking soda, and just a pinch of salt. Now what we want to do is we want to sift these together a little bit, just to make sure that the baking soda and the baking powder are evenly spread out in the mix. I'm going to put this in again. And one more time. Just really make sure that all the ingredients are evenly spread out. If you have too much baking powder and it's not evenly in the batter, you'll get brown spots on top of whatever you're baking. Now here is a cup of whole wheat flour, and the reason that I didn't sift those is because the sifter is not kind to whole wheat flour. There's big chunks of or big pieces of wheat, and it gets stuck in the sifter. So just pour those in. Now here, optionally, at this point, you can add a teaspoon of cinnamon and some cloves and some nutmeg. It's actually optional. You can do it or not do it. I am going to do it. Now we have our wet ingredients. This is bananas. You want about 600 grams of bananas. You want them to be very ripe. You squash them with a fork, and get them nice and liquidy. You can see this is nice and liquidy. And what I had done is I had put them in the freezer and defrosted them. This is agave syrup, and we want to put. Well, actually, I'll do the coconut oil first, because then somehow it greases the tablespoon, so the agave syrup, all of it goes in. I don't know what science is behind that. But, so you take 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. Now, coconut oil here is very expensive, so it's about 42 lira for this small little container. That means that 2 tablespoons is actually about 3 lira. It's about lira 50 a tablespoon. I did the math this morning. And this is agave syrup, and so we're going to put 3 tablespoons of agave syrup in there. One. And you can see none of it really sticks to the spoon. It just falls right off because of the oil. So that's 1, 2.
Where is agave syrup from? I've never heard of it.
Apparently it's from some tree or plant, but I don't know. I have to do a Wikipedia search on that. So that's your homework.
Okay.
Wikipedia search. Put your comments below if that's a possibility. And this, if it ends up being a YouTube video.
Yeah.
This is vanilla. This is vanilla that I made myself by cutting up vanilla beans and putting them with alcohol, in this case with vodka.
Wow.
And it's it's been seeping for more than 2 years now. So it's pretty good. It still has an alcohol smell to it. Some of my friends who don't know what vanilla is keep asking me, can I drink this?
So basically this recipe takes approximately 2 years and 20 minutes to make.
Yes. I'll be right back. I want to get one thing. Lemon. Here's a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Nutmeg is very strong, so I don't do a heaping 1/4 teaspoon. Just, you know, because it is very strong. Same thing with cloves. Don't put a lot in there. Maybe an 1/8 of a teaspoon. You just mix these up. Yeah, the rest is kind of easy. Now, for our wet ingredients, we're just going to blend these. Usually the bananas don't splatter as much, but because they were in the freezer and they became liquid, it's more splattery than normal. So I'm trying to put my hand over here. One thing that you can do if you have a paper plate, you can put a paper plate over here, and then the splatter stays onto the paper plate.
Oh, good tip.
I don't have one right now. So this is not doing what I want, which happens sometimes. So when life gives you lemons, we're going to take a fork then and mix it. And the reason that we want to mix it, we want to get everything really incorporated. And also you want to get air inside of here. You can beat the crap out of it, you know. If your beater isn't splashing everywhere, you want to beat it as much as you can, get it as smooth as you can, because you want air bubbles in there. When you add the flour, you want to be very gentle. You don't want to beat it as much, because you'll activate the gluten, and then it'll be more bread-like and less muffin-like. It won't be as light. So for the wet ingredients, you can really beat the crap out of it. And get as much air as possible in there. So it's not quite as smooth as I would like. If you have an immersion blender, that works really well too. Mine broke. Getting one of those. You can hear it sounds very liquidy. Get all the flour wet. That's your job. So you see I'm lightly doing it. I'm very gently getting the flour wet. it's all wet. You don't want to take the flour in muffins. Or you can, if you want, you can do a loaf of banana bread. Loaf takes longer to cook. I put it on the board there. Muffins take about 30 minutes to cook.
Would you consider citrus fruit, oranges with them? Yeah. If it wasn't vegan, what would you have done differently? Right. So even without any eggs in this, you know it's going to taste the same. Okay. So these are two that you made this morning?
Yeah. This is the one with the apple that I put in after. Pieces of apple. Want to try some?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
I'm telling you, they're really worth making. And that's it. Vegan banana bread.
Okay, so we'll
Take a look at the board one more
look
time.
at the board one more time.
You saw how we sifted those dry ingredients together. We added the whole wheat flour. We did the optional cinnamon, ground nutmeg, and cloves.
Good option.
We folded them into the wet ingredients, which we beat very high. And then we added the chopped walnuts and the raisins and any other dried fruit that you want. And now we just bake them.
Great. Thanks very much, Brooks.
Thank you.
You rock.